Mikey's over here dancing, and the people in fucking line for Chick-fil-A out the ass, man. I ain't never had Chick-fil-A in my life. I can't imagine that shit worth all that weight. How damn good your chicken, bro? I'm tired, man. I'm tired. All right. I just got my second vaccine shot, so I guess this is goodbye, y'all. Nah, probably not. Probably not. It's a good week, though. I went out. I did a little thrifting. Did a little yard sailing on Saturday. Man, I went to a lot of fucking yard sales, and I'll tell you what, a lot of them just had garbage. I found one woman trying to sell me Xbox controllers for $20 each with no battery cover. 360 controllers with no battery cover. She wanted $20. They look like shit. You can keep them. You can keep them. But I wanted to hit up, what's it called? Wally's Treasure and Antique Mall or some shit like that. I'll put a picture up. I found it last summer sometime. I was driving around. I was like, oh shit. But it was a hot, blistery day, and I had the dog with me. So I couldn't leave the little baby boy in the car, so I didn't get to go in. But finally made it back, and they had some cool shit in there. So many movies, so many games. And if you know me, I'm the media collector, man. I like my fucking media. And I probably could have been in there for 12 hours looking at walls of DVDs, VHS. Some of the VHS was overpriced as shit, though. There was a few that I would have grabbed if they didn't want $6 for a VHS. But I grabbed a few things in there. And then on the way home, I stopped at some yard sales where I found a few other goodies. So, Wally's. Cool fucking store, man. Like, so many games. They had fucking video games from everything from, like, Game Gear and Genesis and Super Nintendo, Game Boy, PS3, Xbox 360, all this shit. I was kind of shocked. And then there was a bunch of weirdly, I think they were, like, Japanese Game Boy games that were hanging up. I didn't know what any of them were because they were in Japanese, so I didn't grab any of them, but they were just hanging there in bags. I think I got some footage of that. Not the best resale prices, I will say. If you are looking to just add some shit to your collection, yeah, it's some good deals to be had, and you're paying about market value, about eBay prices for some things. Which if you're keeping it, that's fine. But if you want to resell shit, you're not gonna. There's no meat on the bone there. So I only grabbed a few things for me. A game, first off, that I had as a kid and fucking hated, but I now collect things from this franchise because I love the Peter Sellers movies, which is a big hint if you know the Pink Panther. This is Pink Goes to Hollywood. Not a good game, but for my Pink Panther collection, I figured it was worth adding back in. I paid $9.29 for this. It was about what it was going for on eBay, and this one, I know it's in good condition, and if it doesn't work, guess what? I can bring the shit back. So, grabbed that game there. I grabbed strangely enough, I grabbed two Sega Genesis games, even though I don't have a Sega Genesis. But again, they're things that I collect for, so I grabbed them. This is a complete Clue on the Sega Genesis. It's got the cartridge there, and the manual is in here as I throw shit. It's not one of those cool plastic Genesis cases as a cardboard, but I paid $9.30 for that as well. I collect everything Clue. Clue is one of my favorite movies. It's probably my favorite board game, and I have, I don't know, 16 editions of it, including anniversary editions, Simpsons editions, all kinds of random shit. So, Clue, which I have on Super Nintendo, but now I have complete on Genesis, will go into the collection there. And, surprise, surprise, something else that I buy everything of, Simpsons. I also have this game loose on the Super Nintendo, but this is the complete Genesis version of Bart's Nightmare. I paid $30 for this. Don't judge me. But it is purty and it is complete. And that did seem to be on the lower end of what I was seeing on eBay. So I bought it. Just because I'm a Simpsons freak. And I actually saw this at a thrift store a while back, and they wanted a lot more than that. And I left it there. They had that and another one. I forget which other one was on Sega, but I was like, fuck it. Grabbed it. There was a corner of this little antique mall that had a booth full of the weirdest shit, including like snakes and scorpions in formaldehyde jars. I took a little bit of footage of that. There was something with some teeth or something. There was like a, what was it, a Barbie with a, I'll put the video up. There was like a Barbie with a weird fucking head or something. Or a mermaid body or something. I don't know. They had some weird shit in this booth, so I mean, I'm into weird, creepy shit, but I don't want a snake in a jar on my shelf. You know what I mean? That's a bit much even for me. I found a wall of DVDs and VHS. Some really cool VHS, and I really wanted to grab a couple, but they wanted, $6, $7. I was like, no. They actually had a version of this movie I rented the shit out of when I was a kid at a local Meijer. If you're West Michigan, Meijer. Scooby-Doo and the Reluctant Werewolf. They had the version that I had rented the shit out of. I think it was a Good Times version of it. And I kind of wanted it just because it was like really nostalgic for me, because my grandpa used to get so pissed. We'd just go to Meijer and rent the same fucking movie over and over again, where Shaggy becomes a fucking werewolf. And I'm sure he was sick of watching it, but I fucking loved it. And I wanted it, but I'm like, I think that one was $8 or some bullshit. I was like, no, can't do it. Can't do it. But I did grab this movie with Burt Reynolds, Sharky's Machine, which I have no idea what the fuck this is. It was $2.20. I do love me some Burt Reynolds. R.I.P., bro. Gutsy, the best American film noir since Body Heat. So, 1981 it says. I have never seen this movie and don't know anything about it, but for $2.20 in a Burt Reynolds movie I've never seen, sure. Orion Pictures back. What was it, the last Child's Play remake, when that Orion popped up? You're like, there's a fucking blast from the past. I haven't seen that in a while. This is a movie I've heard about forever. I've just never got around to watching, but I do love the three guys who star in it. Tu Wong Fu, Thanks for Everything, Julie Newmar. I've heard about this fucking movie my entire life, and I've never watched it. I'm sure it's an acquired taste, but Patrick Swayze, Wesley Snipes, and John Leguizamo, I fucking love all three of those dudes, so we will give this movie a watch. I paid $3 for this. Again, it's like minty condition. I was like, sure, why not? And then Under a Pile of Shit, which, again, it's a movie. Collector issues, man. Collector's issues. I have this movie like 8 different ways. Blu-rays and VHS and all kinds of shit. But I saw this cool steelbook of it for $2, and I had to have it. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre. This is like a 2-disc Ultimate Steelbook edition, I guess. From, this is Dark Sky Films. I guess is who made this version of it. And it's got all kinds of bonus features. I have one, the first DVD I ever got, I think, has maybe half of that many, so that'll be cool to check out. And I don't even know if the Blu-ray of Texas Chainsaw that I got from, I believe it's an FYE exclusive, which they do amazing exclusive steelbooks, but they don't usually add anything bonus feature-wise. So that one might not even have any features on it. Seems like something they do pretty often. It's very fucking irritating. So I stopped at a few yard sales on the way home. It was a Saturday and a beautiful Michigan day, so there was actually a lot. So much of nothing. Like, one guy walked up and I was wearing my PlayStation hat, and he goes, "Bro, I just sold a bunch of games. Where were you?" I was like, fuck you, bitch." But whatever. There was an old guy next to him. The next house down had a TV with a VCR and DVD built into it. I believe it was a Toshiba. Pop that picture up. It's one of those nice TVs. What was that one? Maybe 20 inches. I didn't measure it. Good sized TV, built-in VCR, DVD player. Those actually go for quite a bit. VCRs in general. I think 2012 I stopped making them, and as someone who resells electronics a lot, I've really seen those hike way the fuck up. Of course, I have a stash for me because I collect my VHS, so I have a stash of VCRs that I play with, try to fix here and there. I needed another TV, I didn't need another TV, but I bought that son of a bitch, and it works. I plugged it in. DVD player worked. VCR worked. There's no remote for it, but I think I'm gonna pop it next to my bed actually, and probably just watch some fucking VHS laying in bed here and there. And I paid $12. $12. He had 20 on it or something. I was like, "Hey, will you take 12?" He was like, "Sure." It was later in the day. He was like, "Fuck it." I went to another yard sale, and this guy kind of was like, "It's our last day. We're just trying to get rid of shit. So make offers on whatever you see." I was like, "Hey, I'm a movie and video game guy. So what you got?" He points me to a box, and I was like, "Oh, look, some fun shit in that box." So I grabbed a stack of 12 things, I think, here. I grabbed 12 items out of the box and said, "What you want for this shit?" He said, "Oh, no, 20. I said, 18 is what I got in my hand right now. It's yours." He goes, "Okay, perfect." All shit. He had labeled at like $3, $5 each. It was like, you weren't going to get that, I don't think. But I grabbed this stack for $18 at a yard sale. We got the Adam Sandler album, the CD, What the Hell Happened to Me. This does have like the Hanukkah song and shit on it. I just grabbed this to pop in the ride one of these days. All of his discs were amazing condition, by the way. We grabbed a couple of the Burnout games for the PlayStation 2. Burnout 3 Takedown. And these are complete. Like, he had complete in actual PS2 case games. And Burnout Revenge. Also complete, I believe. Yes. We grabbed Gran Turismo 5 on the PS3. Complete. SOCOM 4 on the PS3. This is I actually just picked up a Move set not too long ago on a Craigslist deal. So cool that there's another game I can add to my Move library there. I don't know if I can even play this. This is 13 XIII on the Xbox. I don't know if this is backwards compatible. It's disc only, but it's been resurfaced, but it's fine. I don't know if I can play this because I don't have a regular Xbox. I only have a 360 and a 1, so I don't know if I'll be able to play this. But if not, I'll sell it. What the fuck? And then we got some Blu-Rays. A couple of upgrades for me here, and a couple that I don't know anything about. Zero Dark 30. I had this on DVD, but that's a good upgrade. Blu-ray DVD combo pack. He had $5 on these. Like, bro, you weren't gonna get $5 for these old ass Blu-rays. Okay. Great movie, Unforgiven. He had $5 on that as well. It's a Blu-ray. Clint Eastwood, Gene Hackman. Runaway Jury. I fucking love this movie. I had the DVD. This is an upgrade for me. Again, he had $5 on that, but definitely didn't pay that. Kidnapping Mr. Heineken. I've never seen this, but it's got Anthony Hopkins, Sam Worthington, and I don't know the other two guys, but we'll give that a watch. One of them had Sony rewards points in them, which I do claim to get free. You can get free digital movies from them, or I think store gift cards maybe. One of them had Sony points in it. I claimed them. They worked fine. And this one here, Under the Skin, had the digital code that also worked fine. So this is a Blu-ray, and then I already pulled the digital code out and claimed that. I don't know what the hell this movie is, but a mind-melting masterpiece, an erotic performance. Yes, please. Yes, please. So we'll give that a watch. I don't know if that's any good, but it's Scarlett Johansson. And another upgrade for me, Saw, the first one. The only fucking Saw, if you ask me, the good one. Fucking love this movie. I remember, I think it was in high school, this came out. And I told all my friends, I was like, I bought this as like a blind buy when I used to go to Circus City every fucking Tuesday and buy every new release that was out. I bought this movie called Saw. And I told everyone to watch it. I was like, this movie's awesome. Why is no one talking about this movie? And then they just made 106 of them. And they were all fucking garbage. I hated every fucking sequel to that fucking movie. So then I felt bad that I told everyone to go watch Saw. Because then it became this huge thing that was garbage. But the first Saw is awesome. And that ending is brilliant. I don't care what you say. That ending is brilliant. I will watch the new Spiral, though, because I love Chris Rock. Not so much his movies, but his stand-up, the way his brain works, is brilliant. So I'll give him a shot. Trailer looked a little whatevs, but I like me some Chris Rock. So we'll watch Spiral, which I've seen it's at the drive-in. Yes, we still have a drive-in. So I think maybe I will go hit a drive-in one night. Get some friends together. And what else do we got here? Got the TV covered. Oh, I forgot one thing at the antique thrift store. I found this bitch, a Game Boy Game Genie. At first I was like, what the fuck is that for? It was like kind of buried under some shit. I saw like this part of it. I'm like, what the hell is that? I I almost didn't get it because it was the dirtiest fucking thing I've ever seen in my life. I've wiped this down with Clorox wipes for an accumulated hour, I think. Game Genie for the Game Boy. Cleaned it up, got some cotton swabs and some alcohol in there. The bitch works. Now, it did not come with the book. Sid here, whoever this Sid is, they lost the book that was hidden in this little compartment. But they did leave a little love note. Adorable Sid left us a little love note. I know who you are, Sid. But I appreciate your style, because what they have in here is a code list for Super Mario Land 2 with things like infinite lives and stay as Super Mario when hit, all kinds of always have fireballs. So you know what, Sid? I'm going to fucking use your codes, bro. Or sis. This in the store I paid $15 for, and that seems to be the going rate on eBay. There was one on eBay for $15 with the book, but I was like, fuck, whatever. The funny thing about this is, I don't have the original Game Boy that this would slide into. I sold that years ago. And I play my Game Boy games on an SP. A beautiful pink SP. And this has to plug into the front. Actually, I think was it this way? So this big fucking floppy thing is just in your face while you're trying to play the fucking pink Game Boy. It's not the most attractive thing, but I plugged in a cartridge, plugged this bitch in there, and it worked. So that'll be cool. I also seen someone had a video on YouTube where they kind of, what was it, this part, I guess, here? They carved out a little part of this shell because it's in the way, but it works on the Super Game Boy still, which I do have one of those as well. So I might do that. Just get the little Dremel and carve out a little chunk of this plastic so it fits in the Super Game Boy. Now you're talking. And I have what do they call it now? They changed the name. It used to be called like Disney Movie Insiders or something, where you get the points. Like you buy the DVDs and you get the points. About a year ago, I learned of this and I never really claimed any of the points. I went through my collection and I fucking had codes in, I don't know, 50, 60 different movies. And I went on the site and I claimed them all. They changed the name to, maybe Insiders is the new name and it used to be called Disney Rewards or something. I don't know. Whatever it is now. I went on the site and I claimed all the points that I hadn't claimed for fucking years. Some of them were still in old DVDs that I bought a decade ago. And I've been slowly kind of claiming shit as they come up on their site. They'll put up 4Ks and stuff like that every now and then. You can get for free by redeeming these points. They did take the program away a little bit, at least the rewards away during COVID, because I guess they didn't want to be shipping out stuff. But I found one on there. It was like 2 days ago, and it's already here. I've never seen this movie, but I've always heard it was amazing. Emperor's New Groove and Kronk's New Adventure. This looks like a DVD. It's a DVD case. But it's the DVD and the Blu-ray in there. It's a strange choice, but I think I have one other movie that is a Blu-ray and a DVD case, and it throws off my OCD with my movie collection. I think it was the Hellboy. The animated Hellboy movies or something are in a DVD case, but it's a Blu-ray. But yeah, I've always heard about this movie ever since like high school. I know a lot of my friends were really into that movie. And I love old Disney animation. And I hear this is one that was good and I missed. So we'll give that a watch. So yeah, overall it's been a good week. I got a new TV on the way. I have a 4K LG NanoCell 49-inch that I bought for my other room over there. So I'm going to have a secondary 4K player with my Xbox One. This room I have my PS5 on a Vizio 65-inch, but it doesn't have things like your HDMI 2.1, all that stuff for the 120 hertz. I wanted to future-proof myself, you know? So that's what we're doing with the LG NanoCell with the 2.1. It's got 2 of those ports. And seems like it has all the other bells and whistles for a great price of, I think, $600 for the 49-inch, which comparatively with all the specs, it's a pretty good deal in my opinion. So I'll be playing with that in my other room here with the Xbox One. Check out some of the cool HDR features. This Vizio does have HDR, but it's not very good. So I'm interested to see what LG does with that. I think it's got built-in WebOS as well, which would be interesting to toy with. So with that, keep on collecting, kids. Keep that physical media alive, because if you don't, I know where to find you. Thanks, everybody. Go fuck something.